Well, as most of you guys know, this is On the Road with the Wolf, and you are tuned into one of my painting streams. I actually did a little bit of recording on this one. I forgot that I'd recorded this. I recorded in about an hour and a half or so. Trimmed it down by speeding everything up. I was doing a lot of yakking throughout the whole thing for filler, and that's kind of I didn't really care for it, but I really wanted to get I wanted to paint something, and I wanted to do a quick painting. That's one of the reasons why I recorded this, because I could trim it down and stuff. So, but yeah, the main goodness, sorry about that. One of the main things is like I wanted to do. I basically wanted to do kind of like a space scene, staring down Earth and having a gray staring down. Now, at some points, I kind of felt like I was going to start doing like um, uh, Deadpool at first, with how the head was turning out, and then like Bane maybe. But eventually, I got what I wanted out of the picture, and it turned out really well. I still got to work on my planets because they're just not they're not good. They're not. It just takes time, and like I said, I've said this before. It's a process, and it does get better. You have to trust it. You have to go with it, and um, there's a kind of a space between working with wet on wet versus layers, because I do like working with a wet on wet. Works better with oil, not with the acrylic. And I mean, you can still do it with acrylic. It's just you have to do it quicker. But I honestly feel like the skull or the side profile for the gray turned out pretty good. Um, I did have an issue where like I had this whole section of this black in between the alien and Earth. So I thought to myself, I'll put some stars. I All of my stars feel clunky and huge. So I thought maybe it'd be better to do like a splatter effect, but I am not doing splatter in the house. I didn't want to take it outside and splatter, so I was like, you know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna dot it, and probably could have waited a little bit for the black to dry before I did the dots, and I think I did a little bit because Izzy decided to get up on my chest, and he wanted to get up on me and be close to me, and then Sheila was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" But I don't know. Like I said, it eventually turned out fine. I did want to put like some letters. I wanted to put something like "I want to believe," or something from the alien's point of view, like "I don't want to believe." But I think just doing the alien and Earth and then the stars in between was okay. This is how this kind of turned out. So, but anyway, yeah, I think it turned out really well. Finding a decent version, like I needed some. I had to go online and look out aliens and gray and stuff. Look it up and try to find, you know, kind of the formula. You have like the more skeletal grays that have just this dome rounded kind of smooth face, and then you got the one where it's more of a skull. I'm not quite sure where those differences came from. Adding depth to the eyeballs and the head is difficult, and I need to work on my shading and my uh, depth. But and mixing my paints, and also making enough paints, because what it was is that after I did, once I did, I had a painting that I did just before this, and I made a bunch of dark gray, and then there was also a lot of black still that I had out on a palette, and I was like, I can't put it back in the tube. There's Gian. He's just having a good old time watching me paint. Oh no, I was eating something here. Oh crap, I can't remember what it was. It was Crunchies. I think I can't remember. I think it was. Okay, that's another reason why I did this, because I actually, when I was recording, I stopped, and I just was kind of, I think I had some chips or something, and I was just kind of just letting the paint dry and talking about layers and, life. The fairly boring stuff. But yeah. Anyway, this is what came out. I think it turned out really well. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. As always, I'm Sir Drinks a Lot, and I'm wishing you health, wealth, and love with enough time and gusto to enjoy it all down to the last drop. You guys take care. And, yeah. See you later.